Dr. Kennedy Graham. Order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The question is to the Minister for Climate Change Issues. Does he agree with the Prime Minister's Chief Science Advisor that, quote, climate change is happening now?
Honourable Tim Grosser.
Yes, and I personally think this is the best compilation of science that I've read in recent years from any source.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Dr. Kennedy Graham.
How does he reconcile Dr. Gluckman's statement with the statement of the Finance Minister, who, when asked in March this year whether climate change was real, replied, quote, it may well be.
Honourable Tim Grosser. Order.
Mr. Speaker, it may well be. Yes, indeed, it may well be. And I don't see any need to reconcile those statements at all.
Supplementary.
Order. Order. Supplementary question, Dr. Kennedy Graham.
How does he reconcile this with the statement of the Minister of Science and Innovation, who, when asked in March this year whether human-induced climate change is happening, replied that it's open to debate, really, actually, by a whole range of experts?
Honourable Tim Grosser.
Well, as my colleague below me has just said, we need to look at the full quote. But the underlying point is this. This government is treating this as real. This government acknowledges there is some room for genuine scientific argument around the metrics, around the pace of time, around global warming potentials and a host of related science issues. But the underlying point, I can assure the member, yes, we're treating it as real, of course.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Dr. Kennedy Graham.
How can he claim his government is taking it real and taking meaningful action on climate change when it has scrapped the moratorium on new fossil fuel generation, made cuts to climate research funding, scrapped the biofuel sales obligation, scrapped car fuel efficiency standards and weakened the ETS so much that the price of NZUs has now plummeted from over $20 in 2009 to a couple of dollars today?
Honourable Tim Grosser.
Mr. Speaker, the price of carbon in the international market is functionally unrelated in any real sense to New Zealand's ETS, and the member knows this. With respect to specific action, I could reel off a whole host of actions this government has undertaken, from investing $42 million in advanced biofuels, from putting in place a whole series of new guidelines to help councils manage adaptation, and I could probably spend another half an hour on my feet on this matter.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Dr. Kennedy Graham.
Is the Minister worried about the impact of New Zealand's lack of action on climate change on our clean, green image and international reputation, given that we have the worst emissions track record among developed countries and we are the last to enter a formal target for 2020?
Honourable Tim Grosser.
Mr. Speaker, right now I'm much more concerned about our image through rather more natural events such as we've been debating yesterday, and I am not the slightest bit concerned about our position on climate change in relation to that matter.
Question number 10, Jackie Dean.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question